Just like that, gone. Gone and forgotten. So welcome as you join us for this little special daytime walk with a special guest, our dog. We're going to be checking out some of the settings, see if the noise adjustment is +1, 0, -1, -2. What's best? We're all shooting it in D-Log Gamma, so there's no problem there. And what I'll probably do is upload the video completely unedited, no colour grading whatsoever. The only editing I'll be doing is putting details on the camera settings so you know which video's got which settings. It's quite a nice day today. Let's go for a little walk and check it out, shall we? Come on then. Additionally, on a side note, if you hear any panting, whining, or whatever, it's not me. It's not coming from a human. It's coming from the dog, Sawyer. And I know what you're saying, Sawyer, like the bean. No. Sawyer actually comes from a TV show we was watching just before we got the dog. A TV show called Lost, one of my favourite TV shows. The best TV show. And in that TV show was a character called Sawyer. So that's why we decided to call him that. Actually, it's a toss-up between the other character, John Locke, and Sawyer. But Locke would have been cool. Could have called him Lockie. Trouble is, just fell down a bloody bear hole. We could have called him Locke or Lockie, but the trouble is, this was a big one. There was a kid at my school called Locke, well, his last name was Locke, also known as Lockie. He was a bit of a knob, bullied me all the time. He didn't bully me, but he was a bit of a knob. His name's Sawyer, Sawyer. But all the tofu-eating wokerati seem to think that he's called Sawyer after the bean. It's my fault, really. Perhaps our next dog would be called Locke. Just got to get that past the wife. I don't think she's going to say yes to another dog. Also, it actually is going to be really good because it's going to test out the camera stability. Because I'm going to be holding it in, well, it doesn't matter what hand I'm holding it in. He is a puller. He pulls and pulls and pulls. He's done it ever since he was a pup. He's now 7 years old, and no amount of training seems to change it. Oh, by the way, you're on a wide angle lens. You're getting me in a lovely 15mm. Look at that shot. Yeah, 15mm. So we've got the wide angle lens on. We're not going to have the wide angle lens whilst we're doing the walks. It was just whilst I was talking, because, you know, vlogging needs. Got a big head. Let's get on with it. Come on. Someone gets very whingy. Stop being so whingy. This is actually testing out the active track because it's locked onto my dog's head. It's locked onto Sawyer. You may think, well, he's whinging. He doesn't like walks. Well, that's true. He doesn't. But what he doesn't like is he has a fear of missing out, FOMO. And there are other dogs about that are chasing balls, collecting balls. And as much as I'd love to let this one off his lead, people are scared of. Well, he's a Staffy cross boxer. And the moment you say Staffy, you know, people get scared. He's a big old softie. As you can tell, he's crying because he hasn't got the ball. He's never going to get the ball, so I can't let him off his lead. He's also very terrible at playing ball, so you'll wait for a quiet time in the park and you'll throw the ball. No problem. You'll go get the ball, wouldn't you? Yeah. Oh no, we've lost the subject. Yeah, he'll go get the ball, but he'll never give it back. It's his forever. So this is supposed to be a peaceful 5-minute rest after a cut of my walk, and it's not peaceful. Right, let's carry on with the rest of the walking, shall we? Yeah, you like that idea. Let's go. So that's going to, I think, be it for the video. My personal thoughts on the summary. I think personally the best settings for this is D-Log-M, an ISO between 50 and 400, sharpness -2. That's quite important. You don't want it too sharp. The noise reduction thing is a bit debatable. For me, not so much. But my personal preference is +1 on noise reduction. I think it makes it look a lot better, especially in low light conditions. It's a lot easier to edit in post if you was to add some of that magical sauce, which I think what I'm going to do is on some of the longer ones, I might put a bit of colour grading in, just like 15-second snippets so you can see the difference. But yeah, getting back to the noise reduction, a lot of purists will say it's got to be -1 or -2. It's got to be negative numbers. But in my personal experience with this camera, it's got to be on +1. And if you're shooting in normal colour profile, well, that was a horde of dogs that decided to ground round my feet. Shooting a normal colour profile, you've got to do +1 noise reduction. I've done it so many times, whether it's day or night, on minus on the noise reduction, and it looks terrible. It's so grainy. In the shadows, if you've got lights, it in that haze, it just looks like it's like alive with like moving sand. It's awful. And it doesn't matter how low you get the ISO, or change the shutter speed if you're going to manual, which I don't recommend. A lot of people don't need to do that. You're not filming on a skateboard, you don't need motion blur. But it is totally up to you. It's all personal preference. They're just my personal preferences. So I can only show to you what I like to the eye. I personally like D-Log, 400 maximum ISO, a Kelvin, it's important, Kelvin of the daytime, 5100. Night time, anywhere between 3000 and 4000. Now higher, lights start to go yellow. Sharpness, -2, that one I don't mind. Noise reduction, +1. And everything seems to be fine so far. If you're planning on colour grading, don't use normal. If you're not planning on using colour grading, don't use normal. I think it's just, I don't know. I don't like normal colour grading on my DJI drone. I don't like the normal colour grading on this. If I didn't have a PC, yeah, normal colour grading. If I do, the moment I put it on my PC and look at it, I think, oh, looks awful. Looks awful. Why? Why did I do this to myself? I've now ruined all the footage. So, that's my thoughts on it. This video's been far too long. I will put chapters in it so that you can just skip to wherever you want. Glasses are falling off. Yeah. So, make of that what you will. Go to the part that you want to see the difference of. Do give this video a thumbs up. Do subscribe. There's going to be some upcoming videos coming soon. Some interesting ones. We're 7 weeks away from Mexico. That's going to be a big one. The reason why I bought this, it's going to replace my GoPro. Well, in the dry it will. It will not replace it anywhere that requires potential damage and water. This will break very easily. But the low light, ooh, beautiful. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And from me and Sawyer. Where is he? There he is. Sawyer. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Say goodbye.